Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Hopkins County Sheriff's Department has purchased a new transport van with proceeds received through the interdiction program. The interdiction effort, now operated by Corporal Zach Poindexter and his K-9, was started when Sheriff Lewis Tatum took office in 2017. At that time, now retired Lieutenant Harry Washington was the deputy who led the program. The van will be upfitted with funds from the jail commissary, run by Jail Administrator Kenneth Dean and Captain Wanda Allen. Selling commissary and the interdiction program have allowed the department to purchase this necessary transportation unit without using tax revenue. This unit will transport trustees who assist in everything from picking up trash in the community to assisting firefighters clean up after fires. The van will also be used in transporting inmates when needed. The bus that Hopkins County Commissioners Court purchased for the department several years ago was in need of costly transmission repair, and it proved too expensive to replace for that age of vehicle. Sheriff Tatum said he would like to thank everyone who's gone above and beyond to make Hopkins County Sheriff's Office successful. Mark your calendar on Saturday, February 2nd. Peavine Pinion Pool at Buford Park will be the site for the Larry Buster Memorial Sulphur Springs Kids Trout Fishing Day. That event, which is sponsored by the National Wild Turkey Federation, Texas Parks and Wildlife Inland Fisheries Division, the City of Sulphur Springs, local merchants, civic organizations, and many individual contributors, will run from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Soft drinks and hot dogs will be provided by the Kiwanis Club of Sulphur Springs, and there will be a drawing for door prizes for participating kids. Kids of all ages are encouraged to bring their rods, reels, and bait to take a chance at catching some of the 2,000 rainbow trout that will be stocked by the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department personnel. Whole kernel corn, Berkeley powder eggs, and trout bait and small spinners are generally the favorite baits for trout. Because this event is sponsored in part by the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, there will be a special exemption in effect during the event. Adults who are actively helping kids fish for trout are exempt from the normal license requirements during the event only. All other anglers are required to have a freshwater fishing license. There's no minimum size limit on the rainbow trout, but there is a daily bag limit of 5 trout per person. Here's Don Julian with sports.
The Wildcats baseball team will begin practice officially on Friday. Wildcats baseball coach Jared Hammock returns for his 14th season as the Wildcats head baseball coach. The Wildcats' first scrimmage will be at Wildcat Park on February 4th against Sherman. I talked with Coach Hammock and I mentioned that it's bound to be a cold start to practice on Friday.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be on the field, for the first time, first practice, and that's typical. As you know, it's almost just a running joke that if it's raining and it's cold, it must be getting close to our season. But in spite of that, we're very, very excited, about starting tomorrow and look forward to a great year.
All right. Tell us what you got coming back this year.
Well, we've got, I believe, the last time I checked, around 6 starters, or at least people that played significant time off of course, our second straight co-district championship. And, 2 of our top 3 pitchers, I think, are back. And we've got a lot of hitters back. And then I really like the guys that will probably move up from the JV from a year ago. That'll give us some depth on the mound, maybe shore up some defensive positions. And, of course, as a coach, you go into a season with some ideas, but it's not necessarily just written in stone that this is the varsity or this is the JV, but you got to have a plan. Mm-hmm. And so we'll put together who we think initially should be on those teams, and then guys can work their way up it. If they just dominate whatever team they're on, they can move up. But we've got a plan of what we think will be a very successful season.
Always looking for more pitching, I'm sure, as you go through, your early games and, even before that. And what are the position holes that you're looking to answer?
Well, of course, Tristan McCormick left first base. I think he was a 3-year starter. Ryan Humphreys at short, but of course Payson played it every time he pitched, and we've had some other guys play it. Of course, we've got our catcher's back. Typically, our third baseman's back. Center field's back. And really who finished out in right field, Cameron Harrison last year is back. So left field, could be a wide open position. Second base could be a wide open position. And even some guys that may have played somewhere last year, we're going to look at maybe at a different spot that fits them better, because like I said, we've got some guys moving up that I think will be really good at certain spots, and so we may have to shuffle some guys that played at another spot last year, may have to play a new one this year, because ultimately we're just trying to put together the right fit, particularly the skills that it takes to play certain positions, and hopefully we'll make those right decisions over time. And I just think through district, if we can just figure it out through the tournament season, through scrimmages, if we're ready to roll by district and we know where everybody needs to be in the lineup and on the field, then that's really what our goal is.
All right. You mentioned the players returning. Who gets you excited about watching play this year for your team?
Well, gosh, so many. I don't want to leave anybody out. Caden Argenbright, obviously, you got to start with him. Just a solid player. Of course, he signed with Henderson State. He's about as good as you want to get. You could stick him anywhere you wanted to, and he would be really, really good. I think he's going to have to catch for us mostly. He's certainly as smooth a middle infielder as we've ever had, but he might not ever see that spot this year, because he's going to catch. He can pitch, and then he'll be the two-hole hitter again for, I guess this will be his third year there. Left-handed hitter, really good. One of the rare high school hitters that I've had that actually had more walks than strikeouts. That's what you want every hitter to have. But, he's got like a 5-to-1 ratio walks. He just doesn't strike out. Of course, Jackson Chaney, probably this is my 14th year, I guess, probably as much power, natural power as we've had. And we've had some guys that could hit it through the years. But, he's a guy that if he'll have some good at-bats, he's legitimately could hit 10-plus home runs. I think he had 6 or 7 last year as a sophomore. So, he's got that. Austin Dodd in center field and coming back to be the leadoff. I'm excited. Payson Edwards is as good a competitor as we've got, and we're going to need that because, of course, we lost our ace on the mound last year and Ryan Humphrey. So somebody's got to step up and be the ace on the mound. And again, God willing, we get all our tournaments and all our scrimmages in. It'll play itself out who ultimately becomes that number one starter. But, right now it'd probably be Payson.
Probably already pointing toward your first scrimmage. When will that take place? Be early next month, I guess.
Yes, sir. It'll be on a Monday. I want to say, is that February the 4th possibly? So we'll get a Friday, Saturday practice. We'll get all next week practice. And then that following Monday, Sherman comes to town. And so, baseball and softball typically don't get very many practices before your first scrimmage. I don't want a month like I think soccer may have, but I wish they would change it UIL to maybe 2 weeks, 2 full weeks, kind of make sure everybody's arms and everything's in shape before you play. But it's here, and it's the way it's always been. So we'll be ready for it and be excited to, see how we do against somebody else.
And excited about getting back in the new park again. You said it's probably going to be a lot better park this year with 1 year to mature. So.
Well, it's a beautiful park, no question. It's just the playing surface. The surroundings, the periphery is as good as we'll see. It's just a matter of can we get the dirt and the grass to the level that you want, and it does take some time. And then, of course, all this rain. We really hadn't had a chance to do much to it. It needs a whole nother load of infield conditioner to be mixed in, and hopefully we'll get to do that at some point. But it's a nice venue, no question about it. And we look forward to playing on it.
How good can this team be this year, in your opinion?
Well, I hope what 5A Texas Baseball or Texas High School Baseball Magazine has us preseason ranked number 10.
Wow.
So that's probably the highest preseason ranking we've ever had. Of course, I think we finished maybe 8th the year We went to the semifinals. That's what you really want. You want to be ranked at the end.
There you go.
It's nice. Like I told them, though, we've got to be mature enough to handle it. It doesn't mean we have arrived. It doesn't mean, that we don't have to do any more work. And all it really does is put a bullseye on you, that everybody knows that when they plays you, and they're going to play their best against you. So you've got to match that every time out. So it puts a little pressure, but I do think if you handle it right, it's just kind of a nice thing for your program. I think it has a lot to do with our success over the last 13 years. I think the ranking has a lot to do with how we've done the last 2 years and competed and won 2 district championships or co. And so it's nice for the kids. They get more excited about it probably than I do. But it's just a nice little recognition. But like I said, you still got to go to work. And I really feel like that we're capable of advancing. We've been to the 3rd round, been to the 4th round. I think we're capable of getting there, but as we know, you got to have some breaks in there. You've got just to play well, consistently well, and just compete. And I think this team has all the makings of that. It's a really good senior class of leadership, and you have to have that. You have to have player leadership. It can't just be coaches. And we've got that, so that's good. We've got some camaraderie, which I think always makes you better than your individual selves. And I think they believe in each other, and I think the sky's the limit. Just hope we reach our full potential, whatever that may be. I can live with it if we just reach that.
The Wildcats tennis team will open their season, weather permitting, Friday at a Hallsville tournament. Wildcats tennis coach Tony Martinez is in his 5th year as the Wildcats tennis coach. I asked him how things were with the tennis team as the season gets underway.
Great. It's really a tremendous, we were just talking about it 2 days ago with the team, sat down with them because of the rain we had 2 days ago. But we get to let them know that, hey, we are far ahead at this time and day than compared to last year. I think we're just kind of where we're at in end of February or 1st of March. That's where we are today. So we're happy with the results that we did over the holidays. We gave them a little break, but right before the break, we started a new system, a serving system, and everything is going in the right direction. This has really been, the best at this point of the break for this program in 5 years. So I'm really happy with Coach Metter. We're happy with the program.
Is this the best collection of players that you've had going into the spring, you think, since you've been here?
Yes, definitely. When we're out there, we know that, hey, we're in competition, with our boys. I have 7 junior boys out there. So we're, and I've had these guys since the 7th grade. So they have come along where I want them to be, and I know we're going to have fun next year as they're seniors. But I'm more confident when we go to these tournaments that we're not going to be lose and go home or lose. We're going to be there throughout the whole day, like tomorrow in Hallsville. I know it's going to be a cold day, but I figured we're going to be there till 4 or 5 o'clock, and some of the last matches was either our doubles or our singles.
Has some experience on the girls' side, too, for you.
Yes, I do. I have Zoe Wilson, who's a senior, Harley Stegent, coming back. We're a young group, and I have Katie Beth Hurd, who's really been playing tough as a sophomore. I mean, amazing where we're going to be, in 2 more years with her. Just trying to keep them injury-free, and that's what we're working on now, is just to be injury-free. But we worked on that during the holidays. Our 4 freshman girls are coming along fine. I mean, this is the plus, that they are further than, I've had other girls for a year. Jolie Cantu is our number 1 girl, has been for us this year, and then leaps and bounds. Then we have Paige, Misi, Savannah Lilly, and Emily Dick, and we're looking forward to it. I mean, they really have brought up and really improved. You can see the improvement over the past month or 2 since team tennis. A lot of them have been taking some private lessons and doing the extra stuff after hours. So you can see the improvement for these guys, for the team. I'm just excited about it.
More of an individual thing during the spring, and it's kind of a matter of winning matches so that you can get a good seed when the district seeding comes around.
Definitely. We got some boys, doubles that will be around. Right now we're looking at Aaron Lucas and Logan Schumacher, kind of our top guys in our boys doubles. And then I guess hopefully the most impressive one will be our junior, Jonah Kirkpatrick. He's been doing really well. A lot of these guys have been playing some off-season tournaments through November and December in the Dallas area. And you can see they're remarkably gotten stronger over the last 2 months. That you can see the difference, and it's like I said, I'm happy with our results over the last 2 months.
Well, best of luck in Hallsville. Hopefully you get to play and the weather doesn't turn really terrible, and best of luck for the whole season.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.